Is this your mustache? Is your mustache?
No,
mustache. I don't like my mustache.
My mustache.
No. This was like Davy Jones. You get your hoodie on and show us Gimli.
Oh, Gimli. Okay.
Oh, we're still beating around the bush.
Wait. It's Gimli.
Discovered in the bathroom while drying our hair.
The mind's a warrior.
I like how you growl.
Yes, I've got skills.
So, we've come to notice, while we are working in retail,
Work in the same store, by the way.
that as we're sitting there up front waiting for the customers to come over, no one's around.
No one's
There's no one in
alive.
the store.
Nothing.
So we're just chilling, we're like, man, it is boring in here. And then literally 2 seconds later, out of nowhere,
One person comes up.
nowhere.
Starts with one person.
Yeah, just like one person shows up, we're like, oh, that's weird. You weren't there before. So he just shows up, and it takes him like 10 minutes to get to the front because he's going like through the line looking
The
at all this
baskets
stuff
and all
and the
the-
baskets. And then all of a sudden there's like 20 other people behind him. And I'm like,
But they weren't there. They just kind of like.
it takes like 10 minutes, and they're just like, as they're walking.
So funny.
So funny because we're just looking at them like, oh my god, they look like zombies.
They do.
It's like they're gonna come over and eat our brain.
Nom, nom, nom.
And it was so funny because this one lady actually comes over to me and she's just like, oh gosh, I didn't even see you there. Sorry, I was just like, I was like a zombie. And I was like, oh, she knows. Like, how did she know? It was like exactly what I was thinking, that she looked like a zombie. And I was like, man,
It's
that's
always,
weird.
and you notice, whenever we see this happening, we have little radios in our heads, believe this or not. We just click it and go, zombies, attack.
It's like, that's a sign you've been working too long, because when you don't have your radio on, like, I go home and I'm trying to call for my mom, and I'm just like, hey mom, where are you? And then I realize 10 minutes later that I don't actually have a radio on. I'm just talking to myself.
And then you hear voices in
Oh
your
my
head
God.
because there's that little earpiece.
Yep.
That happens to you, right?
We've been working way too long.
And then we haven't even working that long.
Way too long.
This store is like sucking our souls. They play these same songs over and over, like you take me higher, higher.
I'm a lucky girl.
I'm a lucky girl.
It's the 21st century.
Oh.
And we don't know any of the words to it. And we don't know the artist. We don't know the name of the songs. They don't exist as far as we know outside of the
Except
store.
at Gateway Mall.
That was weird.
That was really weird. I'm just in the mall. All of a sudden, I'm like, da-da-da-da-da, no work today. Oh my gosh, where am I? It's playing You Take Me Higher. I'm like,
I don't even know what these. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, most places let you listen to the radio or something, or they have like a loop of normal people songs.
normal people songs.
But
what are these songs that you speak?
I don't know. They don't exist because I don't know. We don't know any of the words. We just know the tune, and they're
apparently
annoying.
there's some really bad Christmas ones, like Christmas with
Madonna. Just boys in general.
Boys in general.
Boys in general are just so weird. And they accuse girls of being weird and hard to understand.
No.
I think girls are way more
We can
simple.
be obvious, but we're subtly obvious.
Yeah.
Boys, they just blunder around with them.
They really don't, because like girls, at least we have a system and we have a plan. We know we're
We
like,
have plans.
okay,
We got plans.
we're always a couple steps ahead, because the boys, they're just living like in the present, and they're just like, oh, okay, this is the thought that's going through my head right now. Right now.
And then they spit it out.
And then they
into
just spit it out, and then just them trying to figure girls out is so funny, because they think they've got it figured out. They're like,
by the time they think,
oh, we've got it.
By the time they
We've
think
got
they
it.
get it,
We're already ahead.
they're
We're already ahead.
Like we were here, and 5 minutes later they're here again, and we're way out in the boondocks. Way
It's
over
the
there.
whole like girls mature faster than boys thing, except that they don't
Boys grow
understand
up,
that
but
yet.
girls grow up.
It doesn't smell like anything.
When it's a rose art.
Yeah, except that a lot of markers smell like something. Like they smell like
the
orange.
smelly
or grape or
pens.
something.
that
Smelly
we
pens.
sell.
Smelly pens.
Yeah, they're free right now at our store. With a man on rebate. With a man.
So
much.
we're breaking the rules by going back to our customer section here, but it's so funny because They don't understand mail-in rebates. Like, you'd think that maybe, like, if you were alive a couple of years, like, how they're all, like, middle-aged and stuff, that you'd understand that when it says, there's a sign. I did. So, like, they look at the sign, and it says, free with mail-in rebate. Like, it's not even, like, so small at the bottom. It's just at the bottom. But then it's like the second they see free, they stop reading.
Yeah, but
and then it's free. It's like nothing's free. And that's why, like, I had a customer the other day, and she had got a couple of items, and I hit total, and she's like, oh, wait a second, why did it come up like this? And I said, oh, well, this is before the mail-in rebate, which is going to print out with your receipt. She's like, so I'm guessing that I can't just do it online. I have to send it in. And here I'm going, I would have said online rebate. I'm pretty sure that it means mail-in, like you actually have to
put it in an envelope, you look it up,
and, and then you have to send it out. And then she's just like, yeah, well, you suck. And then she left the store, and I was like,
how does that even work?
Wait. Like, how does that even, first of all, have to do with me? Second of all, it said mail-in rebate, so it's not even like it's my fault you can't read. Sorry.
And
go
you
back
know
to
how we have
kindergarten.
to sell a certain amount of paper each day
Yes.
or whatever? And when it's $1, it's really easy, except it's always a mail-in rebates. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this is only $1. And they're like, yay! After mail-in rebate. Oh,
So weird.
there are customers. They're generally boys with skateboards. They come into our store, they sit in our leather chairs, and then they go stand in the computer section and play the computer games.
Yes! And then
bugs
it's frustrating because then it's like we go back and we're like, hey, can we help you with anything? They're like, no, we're just sitting back here. It's like, okay.
Our boss
I
was
have
scared
to
of
admit,
us.
it's a bit hypocritical because I know that I've done that when I go to stores. Like, have you ever been in Bed Bath and Beyond, right? Where it's like they have the massage chairs.
Yeah, well,
and I
that's
just go
different.
over
Those
there
are
and just like,
massage chairs. Remember when we were at Si's like computer store stuff? And we
Yes.
just sat there for an hour waiting for the boys to show up. We're just like, okay, where are the boys?
well, that was different, I think, because they didn't have employees walking around asking you if you needed help and stuff, but
Or you know how you go, like, your parents used to drag you furniture shopping when you were little? They're like, okay, we're gonna go furniture shopping now! And you were so bored that you'd sit in the chair and you wouldn't bounce on it.
yeah, but then they tell you to get off the
Off the furniture.
It's like, if you're not buying, then don't touch it, kind of thing.
I hate that. You break it, you buy it. You
Oh
don't
my
sit
gosh. So, like, I understand why kids shouldn't be allowed to touch things in stores because they come
They
in and
make
they
everything
ruin
worse.
everything.
They're like, what's
They
this?
ruin everything. They knock everything off the shelves. They run screaming through the store. The alarms
On
go off, and
Heelys.
you're just like,
I
seriously.
hate Heelys, especially in stores. Or like, you know, in someone's garage or at the skate park, it's fine. But when you wear it in stores, I find that really immature
Well, and then it just ruins
disrespectful
the
because
floor.
they grab onto like the carts that happen to have wheels also, and they go
Yes.
scooting and then everything falls off. Or they go ripping around a corner and they nearly kill someone. And it's like, no, these are not allowed in the store. I want to tell the customers that every time.
You tell them.
I will.
You tell them.
I will tell them.
And then that's another thing about carts. Carts are weird because there's usually a place for carts.
Generally.
Like labeled carts or in a little section that their carts are. And so, and this happens in like Walmart and stuff all the time. There's like the little section and then they just leave the carts like 5 feet away from where the carts go. Like, would it kill you to just walk 2 more steps and just push it in? It's like when they go back into the store, or they don't even leave the store, they're just pushing their cart along. They leave it by the front door.
Or
And
in the
it's
foyer.
like you're so close, just put it back. Just put it back. Like what?
No.
It's not gonna kill you.
Actually, I think it will kill someone.
It's like the second they get over there by the cart, you're like, it's like they just die
It's
or
just-
something.
Yep.
It's like some disease called carpitis.
Carpitis, like that
Carp.
sounds like. Okay, for a minute, like a fish.
Because that makes sense. We were talking about fish. Do you remember this
Earlier-
conversation? We were talking about fish.
It's like my fish face.
This should have been our funny face segment.